person I see, man, that I think is in need, I'm just going to give them the money. Alhamdulillah, I'm good. Went, found a person. He's like, here, dude. This is yours. I was like, oh, all right, thank you. He went. It's like, alhamdulillah, man, I gave a good amount of wealth. Sadaqah today, happy. The next day, he's sitting in the restaurant, talking to his friends. He's like, I'm saying, I thought I saw you giving this guy. He's like, yeah, I was. I did give him some sadaqah yesterday. It's like, that guy's a thief, man. That guy goes around robbing people all the time. Like everybody in town knows him. And he's like, oh man, I can't believe my sadaqah just went to waste. It's gone. But he's like, you know what? I had good intentions. I'm going to go give that sadaqah again. He got the same amount. Went the next day, saw a woman dressed in a raggedy way, and she dressed kind of shabby and whatnot. And he's like, you know what? This lady must be poor. So went, gave her the money. And, as the days passed, he found out that lady was a prostitute, walayadu billah. And she was not deserving of that, sadaqah. Dude, the second time, man, everybody's going to laugh at me now. Like, I can't even find somebody to take my sadaqah. I'm trying to give sadaqah, and I'm losing money, and I'm not getting the ajr, the reward that I wanted. And he went to sleep very, very sad, And he's like, look, looks may be deceiving. The third time around, he's like, it's not about the looks. I'm going to see how a person sits. I'm just going to look at them and try to guess if they're poor or not, So he went to a person, he gave him, thought he was poor, came and find out that person was actually wealthier than him. She had more money than him. They're like, yo, this guy, you're giving a wealthy person your sadaqah. And, at that point, he just felt very... So at that point, is this better? Okay. So at that point, he was very depressed over what he was, what he went through. Like all his money just went to waste. And he gave the wrong people. He gave a thief and a prostitute and then a wealthy person who has nothing to do with sadaqah. Like this guy's not poor at all. He went to a scholar and he explained his grievances. The scholar told him, don't be so harsh on yourself. Maybe what you did is good. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala intended. That's what was decreed. Not everything is bad, but rather you got to change the way you look at it. He's like, when you gave this thief some money, perhaps that money made the thief not steal that day for a couple of days. Or when you gave that prostitute the money, she didn't have to go and do her haram to attain money, right? So that wealth actually went a long way. He's like, and perhaps when you gave the rich person, that rich person, he saw somebody that has less money than him give money, and he'll feel sad, shy, and start giving money the same way you did. And the impact of your sadaqah is huge, but in ways that you didn't think were possible, or your paradigm wasn't there. And now today, inshallah, I want to talk about something that's extremely important, is the way we look at our deeds and our actions, the things that we do for the sake of Allah. Sometimes we're doing stuff, like we do we're doing an all-nighter, right? And we intend for it to be a certain way. SubhanAllah, I did so many of these things, right? The all-nighter, you want it to go a certain way, and then it goes a different way, and then you end up having a certain conversation with a group of guys, and then, that just impacts their lives. It has nothing to do with what you planned, but it went a certain way that Allah wanted it to go. Okay? Because who's the best of planners? You or Allah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But one thing we need to do so that we are not held down or bogged down by things that don't go our way in life is shift our paradigm. Shift the way we see things, the way we think of things. And that's what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to be a master at. He was a master at changing the paradigm. When a person came to him, he said, Ya Rasulullah, I want to be with you in Jannah. I want to be with you in Jannah. That's all I'm thinking of, Ya Rasul. That's all I'm asking. You know what the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said? He said, أعني على نفسك بكثرة السجود. He's like, help me bring you to Jannah with me by doing a lot more sujood. Allah. You guys feeling it now, right? You're like, how many of you guys slept today? Who's been up since Fajr? Fajr of yesterday. Like Fajr of Saturday. All right, good. Me too. Alhamdulillah. Yes.
I've heard the same hadith from 4 or 5 different teachers over the past week.
Oh my
I
God.
don't understand.
Why?
I don't know, but it's just been coming up at me every single night.
And
It's been almost a daily occurrence.
there's a sign, man. There's a sign. But the whole point is, from me mentioning it, is how the person was thinking of Jannah, and the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam shifted his pattern of thought. Like, think of your salah, all right? Instead of thinking of me going to Jannah. Another hadith is a woman came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, old lady, and she's like, Ya Rasulullah, am I from the people of Jannah? And he's like, in Jannah, old women don't go to Jannah. So the woman got sad. And, the Prophet ﷺ joked, but he joked with the truth, right? He never lied. He said, yeah, old women don't enter Jannah. And then she started crying. She's like, no, I knew it. Horrible. And then he's like, no. Don't you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّ جَعَلْنَهُنَّ أَبْكَارًا عُرُبًا أَتْرَابًا لِأَصْحَابِ الْيَمِينِ. He's like that you'll become young and beautiful again. You won't be old in Jannah. He's like, really? He's like, yeah, you'll be young. Like, what do you think? So now she left thinking of what? She was just thinking, will I even make the cut? Now she's like, man, can't wait till I'm young again. Right? What did he do? He changed the paradigm. Sometimes, all you need to do in life to fix things up is change the way you're looking at things. That's all you have to do. It's like, it's right in front of you. The solution is with you. It's in your mind, guys. This mind has a huge impact on us. The way we see things has a humongous. Look, they did a test on a frog, right? And they because the frog's mind is, they said, very similar, like the way it thinks and stuff like that, to the human being in some respects, right? Like in some respects. So they took a frog, they put it in a big glass of water that's surrounded with like this slippery stuff. So the frog couldn't climb and jump out, right? They dipped it, the frog swam, would dip under, come back out, breathe, dip under, come back out, breathe. It kept swimming. It did that for 4 hours. Then it just gave up, sunk to the bottom, and it died. But no, it didn't die. They took it out right before it completely died, and they did like some frog CPR to it, right? And the water, I guess, got out of the frog's lungs. And the frog now lived. They let it recuperate for a little while, like a few days. And then they put it in the same cup to swim. But now, the frog, what? Now the frog knows that it survived. It's like, yo, I survived last time. I know what this is like. I got this. So it's swimming. The same frog that's muscles gave out 4 hours later. Do you know how many hours it swam? It swam for 16. It was swimming for 16 hours. And the only reason it swam for 16 hours is because of what? I want to ask you, did the situation that surrounds the frog, did it change? It's the same situation. Did the frog's looks change? Did its muscles change? Did its brain components change? Then what changed? Well, what changed? I want somebody, what do you think changed in the frog from the first time to the second time?
How we looked at the situation.
Huh?
How we looked at the situation.
Exactly.
We looked at it from different.
He looked at it. Like the frog, instead of going with despair, like, all right, it's swimming thing, like, yeah, I'm dead, so I might as well give up. Now it's swimming, it's like, no, I was saved, and I'm going to be saved this time, so I might as well just keep swimming. Right? But we need to not give up, because you know what? Sometimes, guys, when the paradigm is not shifting, you know, it's not clicking. Like that old lady, if she just never came to the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and she's just always stressing and grieving over stuff, that could have been her life. But the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam helped her shift. So you need to help yourself shift, and you need to shift for others, like your friends. When your friends are talking and they're looking at things the wrong way. You know, my parents, they're just, you know, too harsh on me. They want me to do this and that. They're forcing me to take this class. They want me to memorize. They want me to study, and they want me to go, and they want me to do, and they want me, oh man, I just, you know, all this force, you know, I just feel so forced to do things. And a person's thinking of that force. But subhanAllah, the moment somebody comes to this person, be like, yo, subhanAllah, man. Imagine he sits down next to a person who's complaining about his parents. Yeah. He's like, oh, really? Your parents put you in that? Yeah, I wish I can. My parents can't really afford that. Oh, man. And my mom, you know, she's always telling me, do this, do that. He's like, oh, my person next to him is like, yeah, you know, my mom died a couple years ago. I wish she could be alive, you know, just to tell me to do anything, pretty much. It's like, yeah, but, you know, I feel very like this and that and overpowered, like I'm forced. He's like, hey, you know, my dad, after he lost my mom, got addicted to drugs, and now he's trying to force, you know, he doesn't mind if I do that too. And wait, my father's trying to, now the kid's saying my father wants me to do something good. You know what I'm saying? His father's trying to get him to do bad things, right? Haram things. But this person with this one conversation, what happened? Their paradigm. Now the way they look at their situation shifts completely. So I want you to look at any problem that you have in life, guys. And instead of thinking of solving that problem with some drastic measures, think of how to fix the way you're looking at it. How to fix what? The way you're looking at it. Sometimes, guys, when you give up, when you fail to shift, when you fail to adapt, khalas, you just lose it. You're finished. They say they put a shark in a tank. SubhanAllah. How it gave up. They put a shark in and a shark is a very intelligent fish, by the way. They put it in this big tank and they starved it till it was close to death. They had in this huge pool, they had a big glass wall. On one side, they put food. They put chopped up fish. They put blood. The shark could smell it. So he went to swim towards it to eat. He could see it. The shark could see it. Shark could smell it. The shark knows its direction. It's heading there. Boom, its nose hit the glass wall. Swam back. Boom, hit the glass wall. Boom, hit the glass wall. Until it got there, khalas, the shark just gave up. Like, man, there's no... That's it. It's over for me. You know what happened? They removed the glass wall. They dropped it. And they put the fish, the smaller fish, and the food and everything with the shark in the tank. Right before it was like on the brink of death, it just gave up. It's just swimming around waiting for its day to come. The small fishes came and they were swimming around the shark. They say the fish was in front of the shark's nose and the shark wouldn't even open its mouth to eat it. Days later, the shark died from what? Starvation. Because it just didn't open its mouth to eat. What do you think the problem was with the shark? Huh? Yeah. It was set. What else do you think the problem was? It gave up. It gave up on what? There's no point in trying, right? You know when a person gets to that point, guys, even the best opportunities in your life will disappear if your mindset isn't right when that opportunity comes to you. So I want you guys to think of this, digest what I just said. Pinpoint something that frustrates you. Think of something that frustrates you in life. Something that happens, makes you uncomfortable, and you don't necessarily think it's good. Think of how you can change the way you think about it. Okay? That's it. You know, if you do this, if you find this one thing and you think of how to change it, wallahi, or if you think of asking somebody about how to change it, then mashallah, you're going to not get held down in life. Keep open up. Jazakumullah khair. That's all I had to say, inshallah. Right? Keep adjusting your paradigm. The world changed with the paradigm. You know, by the way, any of you guys ever study physics? Sorry? Did you ever study physics? So, before Albert Einstein, physics was Newtonian. Okay, meaning the principles of Newton, Isaac Newton, were in place, and they imagined the world to have like this gravitational pull to it. And then Einstein came, and he's like, no, the Earth doesn't pull anything. It's the universe that pushes. And that's called Einsteinian physics. And that's what made nuclear power possible. Just that shift. Just that. That's what made all the missiles and all like NASA, flying to space and going to the moon, and the first with Newtonian physics, with that paradigm, we as a humanity were incapable of going to outer space, building satellites, all that type of making nuclear power. But just with this paradigm shift, just by seeing it differently, all the calculations, everything changed. And now guess what? You can do all that. So sometimes your paradigm shift is what's stopping you from unlocking all the potential you have. SubhanAllah. May Allah bless you guys. Barakallahu feekum. Anyone have a question about anything?
When you were talking about how to advise someone on how to change the way they're looking at a situation, the way you said it was kind of just showing them that there's a negative side to it. But how can you make someone change the way they're looking at something without asking them?
There's no set some kind of standard. Yeah, you won't. You have to. You have to. Look, the Prophet says this from كان يعجبه الجنة. يعجبه is impressive. You know what I'm saying? Simple. You know, everybody talks and everybody's chit-chatting. Oh, I'm selling you. That's what I said. I'm sitting in a similar circle.